Hi all, welcome to the Far Side of Normal, home of Supernatural the Cleaners. I am Stacy, the creator and your host. Today is Wednesday. I just got done watching The Boys on the talk. Jared and Jensen were on the talk, and it was encouraging seeing our guys. This is the last day before the final countdown to the last 7 episodes ever of Supernatural. So I wanted to discuss my thoughts, my hopes for the show and for the boys, and yeah. Ooh, here we go. Okay, today is Wednesday. Tomorrow starts the 7 episode countdown, and first of all, it was encouraging to see the boys on the talk. I love how even though we were and are still in the middle of a pandemic, they look so rested and refreshed. And I love that. I don't think, like Jared said on the talk, they've had a moment to just pat themselves on the back for all that they've accomplished over the decade and a half that they've been doing Supernatural. So to see them on the talk and be able to take a breath, and he discussed the last day, looking at each other, well done. That was encouraging that they got to have that moment, minus the grief because they had, the pandemic separation to work through all that. So, a culmination of all that they've done for the show, they were able to look at each other and kind of pat themselves on the back and say, good job. That encouraged me. All right, now to the countdown. What I hope. Okay, so first, what I hope for is Supernatural, and then what I hope for the boys. First things first, what I hope for Supernatural is that it goes out on a high note, that it stays true to the decade and a half of what Supernatural has meant and what it's built over the years. And it stays true to the reason why it's been on for 15 years. I hope that the final episodes bring closure in a great way. I know that a lot of people over the last couple of years have had bad endings, if you know what I mean. I'm thinking of Game of Thrones and how people were so disappointed. I think about the series Lost and how people were disappointed. Um, for me personally, I think about Sleepy Hollow and how it was so disappointing. So, my first hope for the show is that it goes out in a manner worthy of the 15 years of what it's built and represented and stood for. For the boys, I'm scared because what I hope for them and what I think is going to happen, they don't match, but I'm going to be okay. Okay. My hope, honestly, for the boys is some semblance of a happy ending. Whether that's they both die and wake up in heaven and are celebrated and they get to lay their weary head to rest, whether one goes to heaven, one goes to hell, and they still get to be brothers and communicate, however that works. Um, yeah, that Jack has victory with God and that he gets to rule heaven with advisors, i.e., whoever goes to heaven, and Castiel. Yeah, those are my wishes. That everybody gets kind of a happy ending. What I think is going to happen has me distressed, you guys. I feel as if, like Dean said back in the day, I think the world's going to end bloody, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't fight. So my predictions are, ugh, Castiel's going to sacrifice himself and die. Sam's going to die. Dean's going to have to figure out how to cope with it. And Jack's going to defeat God, but I don't think they're going to kill Amara, which will maybe leave the door open for how we get a movie. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't think it's going to end well. Well, several somebodies are going to die. And it's going to break our heart because it's not nothing really dies in Supernatural. This is a end scene. which has me stressed. I don't think it's going to end well for Cass. And I just have this feeling because the show was about Sam as Luke Skywalker. I think this time it's going to be a Swan Song 2.0, but not coming back. And I hate saying that so much. Oh, it's making me stressed thinking about it. Yeah. Yep, I'm just going to go with that. I hope I'm wrong. And I'm scared to find out that I'm right, if that makes sense. Over these next couple of weeks, with the final countdown, every week we'll discuss what happened, our predictions, our reactions, and just check in to see how we're doing. There's a lot of endings right now. I'm going to do a blog post later about the final countdown because it's not just the final countdown of Supernatural, it's the final countdown towards voting. And in that vein, every couple of days I've been posting a hashtag show up to vote, especially geared towards my people. Because I'm like, come on, family, we got to do this. But check it out and make sure that you do register to vote and that you do vote. Vote like the Winchesters are devoted to saving the world. It's that important and it matters that much. Until next week, you guys, tomorrow, tomorrow. Get popcorn, get Kleenex, get chocolate, maybe get alcohol. I don't know. Just be prepared. And we'll talk about that episode next week. Until next time, you guys, sweet Deans and sweet Sams.